I've been saying. All that go back and forth for nothing on YouTube, for likes and views and subscribers, it ain't gonna end well. I said that a few months ago. I said, man, I wouldn't be surprised these YouTubers meet each other that's going back and forth on the internet with this lame internet beef. They gonna see each other in real life. I don't care what. You gonna run into each other some way, somehow. And you never know what somebody got on their mind. Now that's cold. Wife, unalive. The dude with the beef, unalive. And I don't even know what happened to the other dude. Thought he got unalived himself. I don't know. But that's why I be trying to say, man, that internet beef, that going back and forth, man, that ain't no content, bro. That's just exactly what it is. It's beef. Just like in the street. I've said that. I knew eventually, bro. Something was gonna come about. Now the YouTubers, the content creators, are unaliving one another, or doing the unthinkable, or taking stuff off the internet. See, what I begin to realize, a lot of these dudes got mental problems. A lot of these dudes are not used to attention. They're not used to it. So they get a lot of followers, and a lot of people giving them all this attention and cheering them on. They never had that type of attention before in their life. Tell the ones that have and the ones that have not. You could easily tell. You know what I'm saying? Because look, beef on this internet, arguing back and forth with another YouTuber. If you just sit and just think about it, what sense does that make? Going back and forth, mess, gossip on the internet, arguing, calling each other out of names, and all these type of things that those guys was doing. And then guess what's going to happen? One of these days, it's all going to catch up. And you never know what the other person got on their mind. You threatening somebody that's you threatening somebody and you think you safe because you raid across the state or you raid in another country. Guess what, guys? Guess what? It's always that day when you finally, this is a small world, y'all do know that, right? You do know that, right? And as you keep making content on this internet, you gonna continue to see people, especially if you outside. And me personally, I believe that a lot of these YouTubers that be going back and forth arguing and beefing, they really don't be outside like that, guys. They really don't be out and about. For instance, like me, I be out and about. Y'all see me traveling. Y'all see me going to the Super Bowl. Y'all see me going to the Final Four. Y'all see me going to Vegas. Y'all seen these things. Y'all seen me going to Austin. Y'all see me traveling. I'm out and about, right? And I'm gonna be honest with you, even me is a small YouTuber with the subscribers that I got. I see people all the time that see me from the internet, bro. So with that being said, even though if you got 500 subscribers, like the guy told me that I met, that's another thing. You run into these content creators. I ran into one this weekend at the UFC fight. If you was on the live when I was at the UFC fight at the bar, I ran into a guy that had 1 million subscribers on TikTok and Instagram. A big a big guy, big influencer, right, with a whole lot of followers. See, that's the thing we got to do with this internet, guys. Instead of beefing and arguing and going back and forth, it's an opportunity to do content together. You know what I'm saying? Do content together. Like I told y'all the other day, I turned half of my office into a content room, guys. You know what I'm saying? I got a content room that I just put together. All I got to do is the finishing touches, right? Which ain't nothing but upgrading my cameras. And I'm ready to rock and roll. You know what I'm saying? And if I'm out beefing with other YouTubers, arguing, cussing one another out, you know what I'm saying? Doing all kind of stuff that these dudes do on the internet to each other. Guess what? I wouldn't be able to move around like I do. I wouldn't be able to meet other content creators. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't be able to see all those things. Why? Because I'm beefing too much with too many different people, bro. I mean, it absolutely makes no sense. And like I said, that wasn't that long ago, probably about 3 months ago. I said I wouldn't be surprised if this YouTube beef and somebody end up losing their life, bro. I said that on the live, and that's what's happening. And that's exactly what's happening. You know what I'm saying? So many of these dudes and females are all in their feelings, bro, particularly the dudes. They are all in their feelings, man, about bullshit and bubblegum. Instead of trying to bring something positive to the table and try to connect. If I got 1,500 subscribers, you got 1,500 subscribers, another guy got 1,500 subscribers. Man, we're supposed to be networking, out and about, networking, making each other better so we can grow as a group. So people can grow as a group. You know what I'm saying? And then once you know, when you go outside and you be on the internet, guess what happens? And you go live like I do every single day, outside, guess what? You run into other content creators, man. It's a whole lot of content creators all over. Trust me, I be moving around. And all the time, I see people creating content like what I'm doing right now. And guess what they do? When they see you making content, they are easily to come connect with you. Like the guy that had 1 million followers that I met Saturday night. He's in he's in the same space that I'm in, because I do fitness, you know what I'm saying? So he's in mostly the fitness space. He's nothing but a fitness content creator. Me, I do what I do. You know what I'm saying? I kind of like, it's about me as a person, my life, what I do on a day-to-day basis. You know what I'm saying? How can I bring some great information to the people positively? That's what I do. You know what I'm saying? I'm into the things that I'm into. That's what my channel is about. It's not about one specific thing. It's about me. It's about me as a person. Everything that I like, everything that I do is documented on this YouTube channel. And it's everything that I do that I've been doing before I even got on YouTube. See, a lot of people that get on YouTube, they doing things they never done before, bro. They acting how they never act before in real life. And if they do act like that in real life, guess what? Nobody wants to be around that. Nobody wants to be around a man that's always arguing and gossiping and talking about one another, bro. Come on, y'all, just think about it. In real life, who wants to be around somebody that's always arguing, gossiping, being negative, starting drama like a female, arguing back and forth? You talk about me, call me out my name. I talk about you and call you out your name. You know, in real life, if you do that to another man, do that to another man, guess what it's going to be? It's going to be, let's get to it. That's what it's going to be, bro. When you arguing and calling each other one name, disrespecting people's families, all this stuff that they be doing on this internet, bro, calling a man out his name, talking about his wife and kids. When that type of stuff happens, guys, guess what happens? You get to it. That's how I know that a lot of these dudes that be on the internet that be doing that, they do that and they just talk in real life. They ain't getting to it in real life. They not. So, and also, like I say all the time, we are not wired to be like that. So in my opinion, a lot of these guys that be going back and forth with each other on the internet, they do that because they see the big YouTubers do it, and they do that for the likes, views, and for the subscribers. They know, and then they attract the guys that's about that, which are kids, bro. Which are kids. A majority of these dudes that be on the internet cheering on mess and drama, guess what? In the chat, they are kids. They're not no grown man like me that's building, that got kids and grandkids. You know what I'm saying? They are kids, bro. And if they are not kids, guess what? If they my age doing that in these chats, they got a mental problem, bro. They got a mental problem, and they not beneficial to your channel. They're not beneficial to your channel. See me? What I try to tell, if you make a YouTube channel, you get on this internet, not just YouTube, but anything, man, be positive. Push out positivity, because guess what? It's gonna take a while, but guess what's gonna happen? You're gonna attract who you are in life. If you, that's not just on this internet, that's in real life. Whatever you are as a person, how you treat other people, how you move around and live your life, that's what you're gonna attract. And guess what? If you like that on this internet, you're going to attract those type of people, which 8 times out of 10, they're either kids or they got big mental problems. You know what I'm saying? And then a lot of them, if they see you got subscribers, like that, matter of fact, like the influencer told me last Saturday night, he told me this guy had 1 million plus followers. He got 1 million on Instagram, he got 1 million on TikTok. Guess what he told me? He said, even if you got 400 or 500 subscribers, that is, if you think about it in layman terms, that is a lot of people. So don't look at yourself is a little bitty content creator just because you got 500 or 400 or 300. 8 out of 10 people can't build nothing up to 3 or 4 or 500 people. You got to remember that, guys. Just because you got 3 or 4 or 500 people as followers or subscribers, you're still on a high level of a content creator. You are an influencer. So what you say and do, what you say and do on this internet as a content creator, people look, especially people with mental problems, bro. See, that's what we got to understand in 2025. A lot of people, bro, got mental problems. A lot of people got problems with being lonely, right? A lot of people have identity problems, right? A lot of people like to follow, they are followers. A lot of people are followers. So when they subscribe to your channel and you shout them out, right? You do the things that we do as content creators. They say, give me a shout out for an edit, right? That makes them feel good because maybe they're not getting any attention, bro. See, we gotta think about things. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of people that got real mental problems, bro. Never be always abandonment issues, right? So if a YouTuber, I don't care if you got two or three, 400, 500 followers, like the guy told me Saturday night, you are an influencer. Somebody's going to be influenced by whatever you putting down on the internet. You're going to attract whatever you are on this internet. Yes. So if you're putting out mess and gossip and you going back and forth with a YouTuber, guess what's going to happen? You 9 times out of 10, you're going to attract those type of people to your chat and to your channel, and that's who's going to be subscribed to your channel. Those type of people. And guess what I know? Most people, bro, are not about mess and gossip in real life. A lot of females are like that, but most men ain't moving around like that every single day. Being messy, gossiping, all the ways in drama every single day, all day. Talk about drama for an hour straight. Most men specifically ain't like that. So when I see a man acting like that on the internet, that tells me one or two things. He's doing it for next views and subscribers because he see other big YouTubers doing it and they don't care because they just getting a benefit off of it. Or they got big mental problems and they really don't socialize in real life. Straight up. They ain't really outside like that. You know what I'm saying? Because if you outside and you move around, you go to different places, you just don't go to work and go home. Go to work and go home. Go to work and go home. Or don't go work from home and don't go nowhere but sit in front of your desk all day. If you just do that, you're not used to being around nobody, bro. So that means that whatever you do on this internet, you think you protected because you don't go nowhere. But then those type of people, once they get a little status, now they got money. Now they got followers. Now they got, you know what I'm saying? Now they've never been an influencer before. They never led nobody. You know what I'm saying? They never been the leader of nothing. You know what I'm saying? In high school, those type of people in high school, they didn't make the football team. They always was on the bench. They always was getting, always talk bad. No girls ever wanted them. You know what I'm saying? They didn't have no girls in high school or college, right? Nobody really wanted to deal with them. But now all of a sudden, they grow up. They get a little bit bigger. Thanks to the internet. Now they on the internet, they get more attention. All the attention that they never got when they was growing up and all the attention they never got when they was grown, guess what happens? They're getting that attention now. You know what I'm saying? They grow up in a situation where they never been to a football game, never been to the Super Bowl or whatever, never been to Vegas, never been to Miami. You know what I'm saying? For whatever reason, poverty. You never traveled. You never been around different type of people. All of a sudden now, because of the internet, you got instant gratification. Now you got people that's looking up to you. Now you got money coming in every month. You know, and it goes to their head, guys. It goes to their head. And then when they're able to go out and move around and go to different states, go to different countries, guess what? They don't know how to act. They don't know how to act. But then in their mind, they don't comprehend that whatever you push out negative into the universe, it comes back to your doorstep, bro. And it's gonna be in a way that you ain't gonna be able to accept it. Nobody thinks, if I'm going back and forth with a dude on the internet, that's let you know how some of these guys' minds are. Their minds, they don't think outside of the box. They think outside of the box. So the last thing this dude thought was that he was gonna run into that guy that he been getting into all this time. Never thought about that, bro. If you've been in any kind of beef, real beef with somebody, that's always on the front end of your mind. Staying on your toes, staying 10 toes down. He had no idea. That dude that he was beefing with on the internet was the last thing on his mind. The last thing on his mind. And guess what? What happened? He got dealt with and he got somebody else off because of his bullshit and bubblegum on this internet. That's a shame. And I just said that about 3 to 6 months ago. One of these days, somebody gonna go, just like dudes get off in the street behind beef, this internet YouTube stuff that these dudes be doing, going back and forth for no reason, somebody gonna lose their life behind that. And guess what? It happened. And guess what, guys? This is not gonna be the last time. Because why? Because the system that I talk about all the time, the system does that automatically. Make a whole, when you talking about drama and you going back and forth with people, guess what happens? The system gonna automatically push you to the front of the algorithm. I've been testing it all this time. It's gonna automatically push you to the front of the algorithm. Why? Because they want you distracted. They want you distracted. That's what they want. And y'all better listen to the OG. Like me, I don't really care because I know where I stand at in life. I'm not excited about the internet, this and that and the third. I'm not excited about none of that, bro. I be exactly who I am every single day. And guess what I know is gonna happen? I'm gonna attract the right people that I need to reach, that need to reach me, and I need to reach them. That's what's gonna happen. And guess what, guys? With that type of mentality, you go out and you attract the right people that you need to attract. Just like I met that big time influencer Saturday night. They got 1 million subscribers on YouTube and got 1 million subscribers on Instagram and got 1 million subscribers on TikTok. Big influencer that I met. When I'm out and about, people always say, man, that, cause they look at my videos. So say, take this, guys. I don't care if you got 200 or 300 subscribers, 200 or 300 followers. You are still a big time influencer. That's what that guy told me Saturday night. I told him, I say, man, I'm just a little bitty YouTuber. This guy got over 2 million people. He said, bro, don't ever look at yourself as a little bitty nothing. Because guess what? People are watching. You think somebody ain't watching, but they watching. I don't care if you got 200 or 300 followers or subscribers. You are an influencer because people are watching. They not only taking notes, but they got people in the world that look up to people that got 200 and 300 subscribers on this internet. And they take what you say and they take it as real life. So I'm gonna pass on the message that old boy told me Saturday night. Guys, I don't care if you got 200 or 300 subscribers. That's a lot of people, bro. 500 people, if you think about it. Really just sit and think about it. And you got 300 people. I don't care if they come in or come out or whatever the case may be. You got 300 people that can possibly be on your channel or page at any given time. You are an influencer. No matter what, if they comment or not, or if they watch the replays, you can possibly change somebody's life. Hey, what's up, Tim? $1 million worth of game. But yeah, you could possibly change somebody's life. And see, because I told the dude, he said, he was sitting over there doing this thing, and I was live. I was at the UFC fight, right? I think a lot of people was on there. Some people, I think ATM Tim was on there. Well, the guy was sitting on the other side, and I'm talking and doing my thing, my commentary like I do. And the guy, oh, you're an influencer? What I told him, I said, yeah, I do a little bit of YouTube. I'm a little bit of YouTuber. Well, when I got off, And I had a conversation. He talked to me. He said, he told me straight up, this dude got over 1 million subscribers on Instagram and 1 million subscribers on TikTok. He's big on TikTok. He told me, don't ever look at yourself as a little bitty nothing. That's exactly how he said it, because even if you got 2 or 3 or 4 or 500 subscribers, you got people. You never know who might be looking up to you as an influencer, as a father figure, as a bigger brother or bigger uncle, or whatever the case may be. And you got to think about that in terminology. You got to think about that in real life. That's why you got to watch what you put out on your content, because people take that stuff very, very seriously. It's a lot of people that got mental illnesses, bro. It's a lot. And I thought about that. I say, man, the guy is really, that was true. He didn't look at me as a little bitty content creator. He didn't look at me as that. He said, bro, if you got 2, 3, 4, 500, you are just as much of an influencer as me. That's exactly what he said, because and there's no telling who might be watching you. He said, no guys with 2 or 3 followers on top that got brand deals, bro. That's what he told me. He said, bro, I know dudes right now that got a little bitty following and got brand deals. Why? Because the brands, ain't no telling who might be watching you, and the brands just be sitting back in the cut watching. And guess what they'll do? They'll sit and watch how you operate your platform. This is what he told me. And they'll push money behind you and wait for you to blow up, and then reap the benefits of whatever the deal is that y'all work out. Majority of the people got big brand deals, bro, that you don't even realize that they do. That's what he told me. And when I went home that night and I woke up the next morning, I say, man, I got to make sure that I really watch what I do and say on this internet. You know what I'm saying? Because I want this to go a certain type of direction. You know what I'm saying? That's the reason why. Also, out in public, and you going back and forth with these people on the internet, you gotta watch you gotta watch the energy that you put out there. Because guess what? That guy and his wife got unalived over YouTube beef, bro. A bunch of arguing back and forth. So that's why I say all the time, mess and gossip is not content. Mess and gossip is not content. Arguing back and forth with another YouTuber or whatever the case may be, that's not content. That's just mess and gossip and arguing like in the streets. That's all it is. It has to be separated. Because why it gotta be separated, Stock Sniper? Because you run into these people in real life. What just happened to that dude can happen to you and your family. Now just think if that man had a kid with him. He'd have died, his wife, and his kid, all behind bullshit and bubble gum. All behind bullshit and bubble gum. So see, that's why the powers that be, they want people arguing back and forth on this internet. That's exactly what they want. That's exactly what they want. They gonna pump it. They gonna pump it. They gonna pump it. And man, if you build your channel on, or your YouTube channel, or your Instagram, or your TikTok, or your Kick, or whatever the case may be, even in real life, if you build your life on mess and drama, you gonna get what you looking for. Don't think you ain't. You gonna get what you looking for. So that's why I've been saying ever since I got on here, mess and drama and gossip, that's exactly what it is. Mess, gossip, and drama is not content. It's just mess, gossip, and drama. That's all it is. That's all it is. And trust me, a lot of women, they're about mess and drama, but most men in real life, is not arguing back and forth with other men like that, bro. They're not arguing back and forth with other men like that. They're not talking about other men, families. They're not doing none of that, because guess what? If you do that to a real man in real life, it's about getting to it. That's why mess and gossip and drama will never be entertainment. It will never be content. Listen to the OG. It will never be content. It is exactly what it is. Mess and drama and gossip, that's all it is. And if you're a man doing it, that's what females do in real life. And guess what? 8 out of 10 men ain't doing that in real life. No. You can't tell me that 8 out of 10 men that be on this internet are doing that in real life. Running around, arguing with people, being messy in other people's mess, calling other men wives different names, doing all these, disrespecting people's mamas and daddies and sisters and kids. You're not doing that in real life. I don't care what you tell me. You're not. So that tells me that you faking the funk. Yeah, I'm going in today. That tells me that you faking the funk, because you ain't doing that in real life. And if you doing that in real life, you ain't hanging around nobody. You're not. You're hanging around a whole different type of people, and I ain't gonna even go there. But you ain't hanging around no real men in no real life. You ain't doing it. I don't believe it. So you can't say, yo, that's who you are. You being something on this internet that you not in real life. So what that mean? That means that if you doing that in real life, you ain't out and about. You're not out and about. You're not outside for real. You're not. Because guess what? Somebody gonna deal with you. Somebody gonna deal with you if you like that in real life. Like that dude, that dude and his wife that got off. Trust me, he had no idea what he was up against, bro. Why? Because in real life, he never had that much attention. How do you know, Stock Sniper? Because I can peep these things out a mile away. I'm the OG. I've been around forever. I know how people act when they don't have nothing and got something, and when they got something and go back to having nothing. I know exactly how they act. I know how people act when they're not used to being a mentor over nobody, not used to leading nobody, not used to having a woman, not used to having people look up to them. I know how people act when they think they shit don't stink. I know exactly how they act, bro. I know exactly how they act. That's why you gotta be who you are. Be the type of person you are. I don't care how many people be on this channel and how many people don't. Because guess what? I'm gonna be who I am, what I'm about, every single day, all day. And guess what? People come up to me all the time when I'm out here in this park, acknowledging me. I attract who I am. That's why I ran into that big influencer last night. Being who I am in public, approachable, ready to approach other people. If I see somebody filming like I'm filming, I'm talking to them. It's about building relationships, and guess what? I just turned half of my office into a content room. I just turned half my office to a content room, bro. So guess what? I ain't got time for no arguing, mess, and gossip and drama on this internet. I wanna vibe. I wanna connect with other people, not just other influencers, but other people in different fields that can bring value, right? That can bring value, and with that, it takes a while, right? Because I'm not on here with mess, drama, and gossip, talking about this person, talking about that person, so the algorithm can pick up what I got going on and push me, because that's the system of America. That's the system that's up there. They want us going back and forth with each other. They want that, bro. What happened to that dude? The system of America and this YouTube and this algorithm is designed for that. And guess what they're doing with it? They are monetizing it. They are monetizing the bullshit and the bubble gum, bro. Yes, they are. They are monetizing all this. All of it. They don't care. YouTube don't care And Google don't care that dude crashed out. Because guess what? Somebody else gonna do it next. Somebody else gonna do it next. Why? Because people gonna keep on fiending for likes, views, subscribers, getting excited behind a lot of views, a lot of likes, a lot of subscribers, behind mess and gossip and arguing and all this negativity that really don't matter. Meanwhile, the other side of America are planning on the back end, are planning and plotting and strategizing. So you got to be careful what you put out on this internet. Be who you are. Whoever you are, be who you are. And in my opinion, most men are not about mess, gossip, and bullshit and bubblegum. You're not like that. You're not. You're not. I don't care what nobody say. Most men are not messy. Most men don't talk about other people's mom and daddy in front of their face. Most people don't do none of that stuff a lot of these dudes be doing on the internet. So that's not who you are. Be who you are. Be the type of person you are. You're gonna attract the people that you need to attract. Cause like I say, ain't no telling who's watching. There's no telling who's watching. It could be a big major brand deal watching. I'm gonna make an example. I'm glad you brought up $1 million worth of game. Like $1 million worth of game, right? They try to, have a good spin to their concept of what they pushing out. Guess what? They got big brand deals, right? When you got another YouTuber with more subscribers yes, it be a lot of people in the chat, but he has no brand deal. All he gives is a YouTube check. But guess what? If YouTube cut off that monetization, he has no brand deal on the back end. $1 million worth of game. Gillian Wallow, a $50 million brand deal on the back end, bro. A $50 million deal on the back end. That's from putting out good content. It's trying to be as positive as you can, not arguing back and forth with other YouTube content creators on YouTube, pushing out stuff to the public, attracting the right people. And guess what? The whole time, you got somebody watching you way from the back, sitting way in the back, watching you grow year after year, year after year, because you got a plan, right, on your content. You got a 15-year plan, like I do. I got a 15-year plan with this content creation. Every single day, do what I gotta do. Upgrade my stuff. Upgrade my stuff. Now what? I got a content room. You know what I'm saying? I'm one step away for paying influencers to come in and sit down and have a conversation. I can't do that if I'm beefing with everybody, bro. You can't do that. If I'm beefing with different YouTube content creators and people are watching me and go down my YouTube and see that, hey man, this dude, oh no, I can't do no interview with him. I want to pay a Wall Street trapper, and as an example, if I want to pay a Wall Street trapper, Urban Politicians TV, that's right here where I'm at. Who else? Anton Daniel. If I want to sit and tell them, look, bro, I want to pay you, you know what I'm saying, to come sit down and teach my community, how we can be better as content creators, as business guys, and things like that. Sit us down and teach us step by step how to work this internet. Real value, not just talking, but showing us something on the computer that we can learn from. What camera, what's the best setup, what's the best cameras to use, how to use the camera, how to make a perfect thumbnail. Things of that nature. Just, okay, here, bro, come sit down. What that'll do, that'll not only bring value to the channel, that'll not only teach me something, guess what that'll do? That'll build the channel. Why? Because he's a big influencer. He's going to promote the interview as well. But you can't do that because they're going to go back and look at what you got going on in your channel, and they're going to see, one thing they're going to see, if you're about messing gossip and you're going back and forth with other YouTubers, they ain't going to want to do the interview. because the content that you got is about arguing with other people. All they got to do is go to your channel and go listen to what you're talking about. You're not really talking about building. You're arguing back with another YouTuber. You know what I'm saying? You disrespecting people's parents and all these other kind of stuff that's going on this internet. Of course, they ain't gonna wanna. My goal is to elevate. It's so much content creation is the future. It's the future, and it's just beginning. It's just beginning. I want to connect with as many positive YouTubers, content, not just YouTubers, content creators as I can. I wanna connect with as many business guys as I can. Whether it's real estate, whether it's whatever, doctors, lawyers, nutritionists, everything that I'm into, right? To build and to put out and to teach other people. With that, when that happens, it's a slow ball. It's a slow roll. It's a slow roll, but it takes time to shine. That's why they ask behind. I don't care if it's 1 or 2 people in my chat. Guess what? I'm gonna keep on pushing what I'm pushing what I'm pushing. One person by person, connection by connection, right? Good vibes to good vibes. We gonna build this and keep this going. Cause guess what? It's a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. It's a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. And guess what else happens? When you keep your channel positive and you try to teach the people, guess what else happens? You don't have that many trolls in your chat. I go live every single day, 2 times a day. I hardly ever have any trolls in my chat, bro. I don't want to jinx myself, but I hardly ever have any trolls coming in, disrupting the chat. Why is that, Stock Sniper? Because I carry myself in a certain type of way. And who you are, that's what you attract. You attract whatever you are. If you're about bullshit and bubblegum, you're gonna attract bullshit and bubblegum. And then just think about it. If you're not really a bullshit bubblegum person and you just being a follower by doing what you see other YouTubers do because they got a lot of people in the chat or they got a lot of subscribers and you think that'll work for you, so you're going to be yourself. I mean, you're going to be somebody else. But then when shit get real and all these trolls and all these kids, because that's really all they are, and when all these kids are inside of your chat room pumping you on to keep going, guess what's going to happen? When you get ready to go back to be who you are, they gonna poof, be gone. They gonna poof, be gone. You got, in other words, you got to keep that same energy. That's why you got to be yourself. If you know, be who you are and just keep with the flow. Like me, I'll be who I am. I do what I do every single day. That's what I brought to the internet. Either you like it or you love it. I don't need no instant gratification. I'm not finna be influenced by nobody. Nobody at all. Why? Because I already been influenced by my grandparents and my great-grandparents and my mom and my daddy. That's my mentors. That's who I learned from. So guess what? I come strong, ready to rock and roll because I know who I am. I'm a leader. I'm not a follower. I'm gonna be exactly who I am every single day. And I'm gonna do the same thing every day. I'm gonna show everything that I do on this internet. That's who I am. I love sports. I love the stock market. I love building, right? I love working for myself, even though there's nothing wrong with working a 9 to 5. But I love working for myself. I love my freedom, right? I love exercising. I love nutrition. I love teaching. I love helping people, turning nothing into something. I don't worry about me. I won't see other people go from paycheck to paycheck to the middle class, and from the middle class to being rich, to be able to do what? Do whatever they want to do and live their best life. Whatever your best life is, that's what I want. And guess what? That's the kind of people that I attract. I've been like that my whole life. But guess what? When I was on that left side of America, when I was on the left side of America, around all the bullshit and bubblegum, guess what Guess what I attracted? Bullshit and bubble gum. That's what I attracted. But when I finally changed my mind, guess what happened? And I came to the right side of America. It's two sides of America. When I came to the right side of America and actually start putting it to work, what my grandparents and my mama and daddy put into me, the American blueprint, when I put that down, that my grandfather and my great-grandfather blessed us with, the American dream. When I got blessed with that American dream, guess what? And I realized and I clicked what the real American dream is, and I had it inside of me the whole time, but I was wet behind the ear, and I wanted to do what I wanted to do. When life strikes, and you realize you've been on the left side the whole time, and you come over here to this side, it'll change you and your whole family's trajectory. Take it from the OG. It'll change you and your whole family's trajectory. What freedom looks like to me looks different to you. Everybody's freedom is different. Don't let nobody tell you what freedom is to you. If you're a type of person, you love your job, right? You love what you do. That's what freedom looks like to you. Don't let nobody tell you, like the big YouTube influencers running around talking about, don't fill out no application for no more jobs. Some of the most dumbest stuff I ever heard of in my life. But being an influencer, that's why you gotta watch what you put out. It's people that's following those people that actually will quit their job and try to follow that life. So don't be so influenced by these influencers, bro. Don't do it. Don't do it. Especially if it don't make no sense. Like something like that. Don't go fill out no more job applications. That don't make no sense. But see what they don't put out. What of these? Y'all see? People blowing at me. People blowing at me. They see what I do. You know what I'm saying? Blowing at me. So yeah, if you got over 200 or 300 subscribers, bro, and you putting down your content and you outside, people gonna know who you are. Why? Because this stuff is being promoted in more places than what you really know. I go live 2 times a day, 3 times a day, and I'm outside. So we got to be aware. We got to be aware of what's going on. Be positive. Be yourself. On this YouTube, be yourself. And I don't believe majority of these dudes are really messy and full of gossip in real life. I don't believe it. And if you are, that means you ain't outside. You ain't really interacting with real men. Because guess what? You got to get to it. All the stuff that they be doing on this internet, disrespecting each other, man, you see, you do that in real life, you're going to have to get to it. Straight up. So I don't believe that these guys are really like that. I don't believe they're about mess, gossip, and drama. I just don't believe it, bro. So I think that they're doing what they see other content creators do, other influencers. That's what I believe. So we got to stop doing that. If you love being a content creator, you got to love it. Stop looking for instant gratification. That's another thing that we need to work on. We need to stop being worried about instant gratification. You want it all right now. Life don't work like that. It can happen, but you got to put some work in, bro. You got to love what you do. I love creating content. So the likes and the followers and the stuff and the people come, yeah, I like it, but I love putting down the content. I can sit here and talk and nobody will be in here. But guess what I'm gonna do? I just keep on talking. I just keep on doing it every single day, every single month, every single week. Why? Because I got a 15-year plan and I love creating content. I love doing this. And then guess what? When I put this stuff down, this is a tip. I put this stuff down and then I go back and listen to it. at night. In other words, by me doing this, I'm making my own audio book that I can go back and listen to, that my grandkids can listen to, that my kids can listen to. That's another thing, guys. We people putting all this negative stuff down, messing gossip and drama on the internet. You know you got kids, right? You got kids that's watching this stuff, right? You got kids that's watching you. You think they ain't looking? They looking at you. They gonna take it one or two ways. They ain't gonna take you serious, or they gonna act just like you. They gonna think that that's how a man's supposed to act. One or two things. So we gotta practice on what we say and how we create and what we do on this internet. I get kids and grandkids that watch me, so I gotta make sure, and I keep them in the front of whatever I do on this in real life, as far and on this internet. So that's why you also got to be careful on what you put down on this internet. You know what I'm saying? You got to watch, because you got kids watching, bro. You got kids watching. They don't ever think your kid ain't paying attention to what you're doing on this internet. I know I don't want my kid arguing and gossiping, getting into it with other men. I don't want my daughter to be getting into it with other women because she think it's okay because she see daddy do it all the time. No. See, we got to start being role models, right? We got to start being leaders, not followers. Leaders. Stop following these rappers. Stop following these internet content creators because they got a lot of numbers, a million followers, a million this and a million that. Unless they're giving you real value, unless they teaching you a specific skill that can help and benefit, not just a motivational speech. I'm talking about a real skill, something that you don't know how to do, but you need to know how to do right now. All right, bro, I'll pay you this and that. I need you to get on the Zoom and teach me how to do it right now. See, it's a lot of creative ways we could come about. Also, when you pay a content creator to show you a specific skill, not just talking, but a specific skill, a specific technical skill, guess what that is, guys? That's investing in yourself. And guess what an investment is? It is a tax write-off. That's why we got to get educated. That's another thing, a CPA, a certified CPA in my content room, interviewing about taxes, on how to get around this, that, and the third, right? That'll show step by step. That's another good skill to have, learning how to do your own taxes. That's a great skill to have, learn how to prepare your own taxes. You know what I'm saying? So what would it mean to you to be able to have a one-on-one consultation with a CPA? That's not gonna do your taxes, but gonna show you how to do your own taxes, to show you what the top 2% do every single year to do what? Avoid paying taxes. See, that's what I'm talking about, right? That's what we need to be focusing on, bro. Focusing on that. Turning negatives into positives. But the positive gotta outweigh the negative by a whole lot. That's how you attract the right people. That's how you attract, by bringing value to the people. What can you teach them? More than a conversation, but an actual skill. Like for an example, somebody might contact me and want to learn how to set up a stock market chart, which I know how to do. I will get down on the Zoom. And if they in my area, they can come to me or I'll go to them. That's what building connections is, bro. I want to be belly to belly with you. And guess what? I can sit and teach you step by step on how to set this up. All that chart y'all see me do in the mornings, if you're there, if you watch the replays, you see, right? And you're into, you are a beginner and you want to learn this, that. Okay, teach me how to do that specifically. And I sit you down on a Zoom or face to face, or we can meet somewhere and I bring my computer, you bring yours, and I sit and show you technical analysis right there in front of your face, or teaching you a skill, right? Not a motivational speech, but a skill. Guess what? On the flip side, right? On the flip side, I could pay somebody. Guess what? I'm not tripping. Why? Because I can write that off as a tax deduction. I can write that off. Yeah, it's a tax deduction, guys. That's why you got to set. If you're a YouTube content creator and you got a YouTube channel and you monetized, even if you're not monetized and you plan on getting monetized, you got to get with a CPA and set your stuff up correctly. That way, even if you got a 9-to-5, and you got a YouTube channel, talk to a CPA. Even if you are not profitable, even if you barely profitable a little bit, guess what that does? You're a business owner. You got a YouTube channel and it's monetized, you're a business owner, bro. I don't care if you only make $5. You're a business owner, right? You are a business owner. You're a content creator. You're a business owner. And we got to start carrying ourselves like a business. I don't care if you make $5 a month on YouTube. You got to carry yourself like you make $50,000 a month. That's what you got to do. You got to invest not only in yourself, but you got to invest into your equipment on YouTube. All that is tax deductible. It's a write-off. It's a business expense. Facts. They never know who watching. Yeah, that's right, Tim. They never know who watching. They never know, bro. That's why. Man, you never know when you might run into, you never might know who watching as far as the big brands on the back end. And as far as on the other side, you never know when you might run into somebody, man. You never know. But on the cool, the big brands are watching. That's what I never thought of it. I knew that big brands be watching, but I never thought that big brands be watching YouTubers with 2,000 subscribers, 1,500. You know what I'm saying? Till that dude gave me the game Saturday night. He told me he know a dude with a brand deal that barely got 200 or 300 or 400 subscribers and got a brand deal, bro. That he been rocking and rolling, pushing out his content. And the people who gave him the brand deal, they liked what he was doing. And they know that he got dedication to keep it going. And you know what I'm saying? And if they know, they see something in you, they gonna rock with you from the beginning and watch you grow all the way up. That's how it works. That's what he told me. When he told me that, I was like, wow, I'm just a little bitty YouTuber. Now I don't look at it like that. Cause like he told me, like, just think about it. Most people don't have 200 or 300 subscribers or more, let alone 1,500 or 1,600 or even 1,000. Most people don't have 1,000 subscribers, bro. They don't. A lot of people are not monetized on YouTube or monetized on TikTok or Instagram. You know what I'm saying? It just so happened, we think a little bit differently. That's the good thing. We think differently because we trying to create and get monetized. I'm monetized on YouTube and Instagram. Those are the two platforms that I'm on. I'm monetized on both of them. But the thing is, I need to open up a TikTok. I need to open up a Kick account, and start streaming like 4 or 5 different platforms at one time. That's another thing he was telling me. We do 4 or 5 at one time. That's how you grow your audience faster instead of just being on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? That's what the future is coming to. Content creation. You know what I'm saying? Content creation, connecting with other content creators. You don't see Vlad. What's the other? Vlad. You don't see Vlad, No Jumper. You don't see them arguing and fighting and beefing and cussing each other out and doing all that kind of stuff on the internet. And DJ Academics. You don't see them do that. You don't see them do that at all, bro. You see them connecting with each other. You see them making plays with each other. You see them chunking plays. You see them doing that. You don't see them arguing and going back and forth and tripping like that. You know, you don't see them doing that. You know what I'm saying? You see them interviewing. You know, the way they want to do their content. You see them interviewing people. You know? So that's what we gotta, that's the direction I'm headed. You know, connecting with YouTubers. I don't care if you got 200, 300, 400, 500 subscribers. If I like your content and I like what you bring to the table, guess what? We can connect. Because if we sitting, one thing I've learned since I've been doing this, if it's just one person talking and doing the show, it's better if it's 3 or 4 people talking, right? 3 or 4 people talking. More people going to come watch because it's kind of like a TV show, right? So let's say if I sat down right now over there on that chair, you know what I'm saying? I got about 3 or 4 people sitting over there on that chair, and all of a sudden we just start having a conversation, and I sit this phone up right there, and y'all see us having a conversation. More people are gonna come up on this channel and see it and tune in, and it's gonna make more people coming to the chat just by something like that. But as long as I'm just talking myself and just showing myself, that's kind of boring to the masses. You know what I'm saying? So I can sit on this chair, right, and have a conversation with 3 or 4 people, have my phone set up right here, right? And we talking about whatever, about life, about different situations, about basketball, about fitness, about whatever, right? More people are gonna come just to be nosy, just to hear what we talking about. And guess what? If they gravitate to what we talking about, they're gonna stay. So I can talk a little bit, then the person that's next to me, they can talk. Well, the next person that's next to me might be a better communicator than me, right? Like that. That, you know, that's where I'm going. You know what I'm saying? That's where I'm going. But I know I gotta meet more people. I gotta invest. I gotta put myself out there more. I gotta get on more platforms. I gotta go live on all these platforms to really push it. That's why I got plans for 2026 and beyond. I got a 15-year plan, bro. I got a 15-year plan. And if anybody been watching this channel since I was like 20 subscribers, you can tell I have upgraded. Now I got a content room, right? Now, all I need to do now is upgrade my cameras, get real cameras, upgrade my cameras, you know, and I'm ready to rock and roll. That's my next investment. But what's so good about it, I can write it off. Yep. So I got my brand new gaming computer. I wrote it off. So these I'm gonna get 2 cameras, because I gotta have 2 exact cameras for the content room. That's all I got to go. Once I get them 2, I'm ready to rock and roll. I'm ready to do interviews. Interview people that's gonna bring value to the channel. And that's gonna also promote the channel and bring they people to come rock with me. Yeah, that's how you gotta work, guys. That's why it don't make no sense to be arguing and gossiping and going against each other on the internet. It don't make any sense. It's not beneficial. If you don't like the way another YouTuber rock, don't mention them. Don't mention them, and don't give them none of your energy at all. That's how that works. But you can use them as a case study, right? On what not to be, on what not to be as a person, what not to be as a woman, a man, what not to be as a content creator, you know, like that. As a teachable moment, and let it be known, this is an example of what not to be. Don't move like that. But you don't have to belittle that person, because guess what? Anybody can change, bro. Take it from the OG. Anybody can change. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing more powerful than a changed mind. We got to remember that. I say that every single day. Why? Because I changed myself. And I know that if I can change, bro, if I can go from the left side of America to the right side of America, anybody can. If you don't know the difference between the two, if you don't know what I mean by the left side of America and the right side of America, go pull up Meek Mill's The Other Side of America and listen to that song. And then you'll get a clear understanding of what the left side of America is and what the right side of America is. All you got to do is go listen to that song, The Other Side of America, which is a great song, by the way. Great song, The Other Side of America by Meek Mills. When you listen to that song, bro, if that song don't do nothing to your soul, I don't know what will. That's one of the best songs in the rap game, bro, The Other Side of America. And you'll clearly understand when I always say the left side is the side I don't want to be on. I want to be on this right side that I'm on right now. Yeah, you'll understand clearly the difference between the two. You'll understand. Because it's lovely on the right side of America, bro. It is two sides of America. Probably more sides than that right now. But I know, I say it's two. It's two sides of America. It's the left side and it's the right side. I want to be on the right side. I don't want to be on the left side. Nah, hell no. Nah. Ain't nothing over there on the left side. But bitterness, anger, all that is on the left side. I don't want to be on that side. Poverty. All that. All that's on the left side. I want to be on the right side. So yeah, man, I've been walking for an hour. Pretty good walk down. Big news. Well, not the biggest news, but big news. YouTube beef gone wrong, bro. YouTube beef gone wrong. Yep. That's what that mess and gossip will get you. It's not content. It's just mess and gossip. That's exactly what it is. That's like in real life. Man, so-and-so messy. She messy. He always about drama. Every time he come around, there's always drama and problems. In real life, them type of people don't even want to be around the guy, the bully, the guy that always want to start drama. Every time he come around, there's always a fight. Most people don't want to be around the guy that always want to start a fight. Always want to start a fight, but then when the fight goes, he be the first one gone. Have y'all ever been around anybody like that? They be the one always arguing, be the first one to start a fight, be the last one to throw a punch, and be the first one out of there. You putting it down, you getting to it, and you look around, the person who started all the bullshit and the bubble gum, he way on the other side over there. Yeah, that's what I think about the people the people that do that on the internet. That's how they are. That's what they do. They never there when it really goes down. Never there. They be the first ones gone. Soon as things go left and it ain't going right, they the first ones gone and out of there. Yeah, as soon as people start shooting, somebody pull out a gun, they the first one running. Yeah, that's what I think. When I think about the dudes arguing and gossiping, all they do is argue and gossip and go back and forth on the internet. Yeah, that's what I think about them in real life. Those are the type of people that start shit and then run when it get real. And then they don't get serious till somebody get killed. Yeah, that's what I think about them. Yep. That's how I know they never really been in no real drama. They never been really in the trenches like that, really about that. That's how I know. Easy to figure it out. Don't stand on no business at all. That's how I know. Ain't outside nowhere. Don't see them nowhere. Don't hear about them going nowhere. So yeah, guys, that's it. That's all I got. That's all I got right now. Season 2. I think this is episode 5 of the walk down. Yeah, moral of the story. Mess and gossip, arguing and talking about one another, that's not content. That all that is mess, gossip, arguing, and talking about one another. That's all it is. And guess what? Just like in real life, nothing can turn out good by talking and bumping and running your mouth and disrespecting people and disrespecting people's parents and families and kids. Because guess what? It will come to you in real life. And guess what? 9 times out of 10, the people that attack people's families and shit like that behind a computer and instead of going back and forth, guess what? They ain't, when it get real like old boy dealt with last night, or whatever night that was, guess what? They ain't ready for that, bro. They ain't ready for it. So you gotta be careful what you do. Be a stand-up dude. Be stand up to what you do. And if you know you ain't if you know you ain't like that, guess what? You gotta change your mind. Change your content. That's what you gotta do. Empty out the negativity. Turn the negative into a positive and keep on pushing. And teach other people on what to be and what not to be, especially the YNs, as they call them, the young YNs, because they need our help. They need more people on this right side than on the left, right? So you got to think about that. Also, nobody will respect you. If that's all you do, your kids won't respect you. Nobody will respect you at all. So you got to be stand up. You got to be 10 toes down. And you got to be yourself. And yes, you are not messy and you're not a gossiping type person. So stop acting like it. Stop creating that type of bullshit on your channel. And with that being said, I love and I appreciate y'all. This is the one and only Stock Sniper. Till tonight, I will be going out for the game. Today, 6-mile run. Another 2 to 3 miles walking in the 100-degree heat in Texas. That's another thing. If you worry about your health and you worry about building wealth for you and your family, you ain't got time for no mess, arguing, and gossiping, going back and forth with another man. Why? Because you're gonna be too busy building. You're too busy worried about building something, leaving something for your kids and grandkids. Once you get your mind to that, you get to it for real, you ain't got time to be worrying about no mess and gossip and arguing back and forth with another man for no reason at all. Why? Because you'll be too busy trying to learn other things. You'll be too busy trying to build your YouTube channel the right way. You'll be too busy trying to raise your kids and grandkids the right way to be productive citizens, to be law-abiding citizens, so they can pass it on from generation to generation to generation. That's all I got right now. I will be back when the game come on. With that being said, I love and I appreciate y'all. Everybody that's been rocking with the channel. Everybody that comes and comments and leave positive information. Because it's not just me. We have people that come comment and give us real knowledge and real information that can benefit not just only me and my family, but everybody's family that watches any one of these videos. So that being said, I love and I appreciate y'all. 704 Wall Street is my block. Yeah, 704 Wall Street, that's my block. Earn, spend less, and invest. And yes, if you having a newborn baby, you got to get ready for the Trump accounts. Yes, the Trump accounts. If you don't know what that is, go look at my video that I just dropped. And I'm explaining how I was able to retire. I'll explain how I was able to retire by the time I turned 50. So I love and I appreciate y'all. To the next one, I'm out.